Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. It is now Wednesday, April 21st, and I am less than a week until surgery. I thought I would share with you a few things that happened this weekend, and also just to log that this is the 1 week before surgery edition. So what happened? This weekend we did a little going away party for the foot. We took all the girls of the family and some friends out to do a manicure and a pedicure, which in all my years I have never done before. So it was really interesting because while I was having my feet worked on, the sensations were just extremely overwhelming. Right now, the bottom of my foot is extremely sensitive to touch, but the top of my foot has no nerves in it, so you can't feel anything. However, the side of my foot, so the top where the ankle is, of course, is incredibly painful. So even just having air blow on it is enough to sometimes bring tears. But above that, where, like the calf muscle is, that just feels normal. And so doing this pedicure, when they were working on my toes and starting to massage the foot and everything, I was in between giggling, curiosity, almost tears when they accidentally touched the ankle. And it was just the weirdest experience. So it was this overwhelming sensations because, I don't normally have anyone touch my feet. And to have someone not only touch them, but also, care for them and then trim and do all the nice, pretty stuff for your toes. It was just such an interesting experience. And I know this is probably mundane to a lot of people, but for me, I've never had it done. And to have it done on an already damaged foot was very interesting. Plus, we told the folks there at the shop what was happening. And so it was really interesting to see the response. And then the person who was taking care of me, he insisted that he be the one who handled me. And then he did just an incredible job and was so sensitive towards touch and asking questions and making sure that he wasn't hurting me, and to also try and, make it feel good as possible, because we told him it was a going away party for this leg. We then did our nails and everything else, and we got the toes painted. So it'll be a nice surprise for the surgeon. So it's now electric blue. I don't know, maybe not electric blue. It looks like little sapphires, I think, on my fingers and my toes. So it's a really fun color, and I don't know, I'm digging it. I don't know if you can see it very well. It has sparkles in it. So my little toes look fantastic right before they go in the trash bin. That was an interesting experience. And then we went over and had some food and just had a right, going away party. It was, I think, beneficial, to make light of it and to do that to help stay positive. And we all had a very good time about it. The other thing is that it gave me a chance to talk to my daughter. So she was included in Girl Day. And she is not only a little bit older than my son, but she's also more mature. So they're 1 year, 1 month, and 1 day apart. But she's also just a very mature young lady. And so I was able to talk to her about some of the feelings that she might be having regarding this amputation. And I've been doing this consistently to try and make sure that there is a consistency of answers, because if something pops up that needs to be addressed, especially with the kids, it's better to do it now or to get them the support that they may need for post-surgery. So she was able to ask some really good questions. And one of the things that she was hoping to do was to meet with our new acquaintance, Joey Pleben, at some point before the surgery in order to see what a prosthetic looks like, because her feelings are if she sees it, then it normalizes it and it'll make it a whole lot better in terms of being shocked by that first time she sees something. I'm a little bit more concerned about how the kids are going to see the actual stump, because once a prosthetic is on, it actually does kind of normalize and it doesn't seem as strange, but there's a shock to the system when you see a stump. And I think that that is more of a concern that I'm having with the children, especially my son, is that they will see me post surgery and just the emotions are going to break out and it's going to overwhelm them. And I'm just really, really sincerely hoping that I'm wrong. I'm trying to prepare for it. We're trying to have daily conversations and prepare them. We have friends that are coming over to be with the kids, and we're just, keeping their normal routine while my husband and I are away in Charlottesville to do the surgery. Now, during a previous post, I discussed two separate medical procedures. One was called the ERDL, it's ERTL, an acronym. And that is a procedure that takes the fibula and makes it a little bit longer than the tibia. So the tibia would be like this, the fibula would be like this, and they take the fibula and cap it on top of the tibia and fuse it. It gives, I don't know, some people feel a much stronger bone, so that if you're doing like really heavy physical activities, it's more stable. But I was able to speak with my doctor on Monday, which was fantastic because with him, I was able to discuss the ERDL as well as TMR. And we discussed the pros and cons of ERDL and decided that it probably was not a good idea for me because my bones are not fusing right now. So I've had 2 unsuccessful fusions of the ankle. And so we don't really feel that, or at least my doctor does not feel that a fusion is actually going to be successful at this time. So he actually feels that the ERDL is going to be something that will cause more complications and a potential for additional surgeries down the road. So they're going to try just doing it side by side, capping it. It's a normal procedure. He said that he actually has a lot of success and he has very limited problems with his patients that have had amputations. That was very hopeful news to me. The other thing that we discussed was called TMR. And what that is the process of taking the 2 different types of nerve bundles, and one fires your muscles, the other one fires your pain responses, so signals messages to your brains, that is more about like sensation, and fuses them together. And what this does is it veritably eliminates phantom pain. At least all of the preliminary studies about it are showing really positive responses for patients in terms of phantom pain and getting rid of it or eliminating it. So it's a preemptive treatment. And I was excited to hear that there is a specialist at Charlottesville, at the UVA Medical Center, where we'll be having the surgeries done. And he will be on board to be able to do TMR with me or on me, on my leg on Tuesday. So I'm so excited. I couldn't be more happy about that potential because I have fibromyalgia. And as a fibromyalgia sufferer, the nerves already go haywire. And so for me, phantom pain is a huge consideration. So in discussing this, it was just really amazing to hear that there was actually someone on board who had studied at Ohio State, who's done this before. They've been with the teams who developed it, and they're going to be in the surgical center on Tuesday. So I'm really excited about that. Now, this weekend was also great in that I got to, via telephone, meet the person who's going to build my prosthetics. I would give you the terminology for it, but I keep tripping over it, so it sounds really weird when I try and say the words. But he is here in Fredericksburg, and in speaking with him, he and I gelled immediately. And one of the things that I kept on hearing was that when you are talking with your prosthetics builder, the person that you are going to be working with consistently, that your personalities really do need to meet, and they need to be in sync with each other, because everything that I'm going to go through, I'm going to have to discuss with them, and they need to be able to know my goals and, be willing to work with me and to be able to help build something that is going to match my lifestyle. Now, my goals are to be more physical. It's been 10 years since I've been able to do a lot of the physical activities that I used to do when I was younger. And that's a huge challenge. And it's scary because I still have, baby weight from when the kids were first born, because when Gabe was born, I was in a cast. So I had already had surgery on the leg, and then, or I was about to have surgery on the leg. And I wasn't able to heal and recuperate and start losing weight and everything else. It's just been one surgery after another, one problem after another. And although I was able to do gym time in between and start working on my body, something would break. So it really kind of diminished that ability. So it was exciting. I was able to talk with Tucker, and he heard my career. He heard about what caused these injuries, what my goals are. And his overall feeling is that, I'm one of his little sisters, and even though I'm 10 years older, and actually, I think older than that. Yeah, I am. And he is going to build me some really cool stuff. And he has asked that I also help him with weight loss goals himself. So now I have someone who I can help coach, which is very good for me because I practice what I preach. And so if I am telling someone that they need to lose weight and helping to motivate them, that motivates me. And so it's a really, really good process. So I'm so excited. Everything has been coming together and being put into place. And it's just amazing. Now, for me, because I have a very strong faith, this is absolutely prayers answered. This is God opening doors. But really, to be able to have a team already put in place just takes away so much anxiety. It's really, really important. And it's assuaged a lot of the fears and anxieties that were starting to build up. Now, that's not going to probably alleviate any of the anxiety that I'm going to have right before surgery. And we've addressed that as well. So I'm confident in knowing that the surgical team is well aware of my PTS, and they are prepared for some of the, just that surgical fear. And the doctor just feels completely confident that things are going to be great. So hearing his confidence, of course, calms the patient down. And for me, just knowing that a lot of the things that we're going to be doing gives me so much hope for the ability to get my life back has been such a joy. So I thought I would give that little, 1 week out update and share that. I'm